Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong. I'm here with my brothers, Damon and Jaquari Armstrong. We're here with a special guest, Stacey Chauncey. He's like a brother to us. That's our family. We're looking forward to this episode, everybody, and we're doing our best to have fun with it. Welcome to everybody tuning in. Yo, you're welcome. The comment, I'll put it up on the screen, and we're gonna go from there. Damon, how you doing today, brother? How was your day?
My day was laid back, man, comfortable, at peace. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much did my thing, you know what I'm saying, took care of me, man. So far so good, bro.
That's what's up. Jaquari, what's up, brother? How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Pretty uneventful day, man. I'm just recovering from my trip to Texas, man. Went out there and hung out with my grandkids and my daughter and my son-in-law and everything. Had a pretty good time. Everything was cool.
That's some beautiful shit. That's
Cool.
beautiful. You know, I'm jealous. You know what I mean, I had the first of our parents' grandchildren, right? But you guys are doing work. And I love y'all for that. Stacey, how are you, brother? How are you? Welcome to our situation here, bro.
Welcome
What's
back
up,
up.
fam? What's
How was
up,
your
fam?
day today, bro?
Man, it was all as well. Had a great day today. I got poked on today, fellas. I went and had my COVID shot and my flu shot in each arm. Okay.
Okay.
So you know, just knock that out. But definitely want to say it's an absolute pleasure, man. Honor to be on this platform with you, brothers. You guys have been on fire, man. And I'm loving to see your vision come to pass in terms of what you guys talking about. You know, you guys are really making it happen. But before we go forward, I would be remiss not to shout out mom, dad, you know, Tony, Vaughn, and of course, you know, thinking about my sister Nikki all the time, you know, along with my kids, you know,
Rest in
and
peace.
grandchildren for that matter. But I'm looking forward to this great conversation, you know, just like old times, just family, just talking stuff. What up, though?
What up, though?
That's real.
What up?
That's real.
All right, before we
Hey,
get
look,
into
you can't.
go ahead, Jaquari.
Nah, there's just the what up though. I mean, for real. You can't be from any part of Michigan and not know what that means for real. I mean,
Real. Real.
how I identify people. You know where I am.
Absolutely.
What up though?
What up, though?
Oh yeah.
Universal if you from that neck of the woods.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about
Yes, sir.
If somebody say they from there, they be like, "What you mean?"
it. No doubt. All right, well look, before we get into getting to know Mr. Chauncey, what we're gonna do a little bit of house cleaning. And house cleaning mean more of this than anything. When it comes to our channel, Strong Perspective Podcast, right? When it comes to our channel, basically what we do here is we promote conversation amongst our community because it's very important. This is where we are. This is how we're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that we ignore it, but see, we skip over it because technology is what it is. Technology takes you to an easier space. But I believe, and my brothers and also Stacey believe, that you can't skip over real conversation. Okay? So do us a favor. Go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you understand that you may not get anything out of this, but somebody will. So throw us into that algorithm so people can just get into our conversation. All right? Stacey, you know, talk to us about who you are. Give us a description. Give us our audience a description of who we talking to today, brother.
Well, you know, it all started with Lee Osler talking about he going back to Ypsilanti back in the day. Y'all remember that? Going back to
Yes, sir.
Ypsilanti.
I
Because
got it on my phone. I got it on.
Look, because Ypsilanti is where I'm from.
It's
Right.
where I'm from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
It's
graduated.
the land.
So graduated in '82. Me and Keith graduated together, so on and so forth. and went to the military. Did 9.5 years for Uncle Sam, right, doing our thing or whatnot. Upon getting out of the service, worked a couple of jobs. Shout out to Mr. Bob Hunter, who got me my first job after I got out the service. One of my father's best friends, who's on the line. Shout out, Pops. Mr. Hunter, worked for the Liquor Commission, got me in there, and just kind of, wet my palate for sales a little bit. Then I worked at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, did some pharmaceutical sales. And since the brother could not get promoted because I didn't look like, my Caucasian colleagues that sat right next to me, I decided to start my own staffing company. And me and another brother that was in pharmaceutical sales. However, I didn't get the memo. He never came to the table. By the time I was 35,000 in debt, right?
That's real. That's real.
35,000 in debt, hiding the stuff from the wife at that particular time. I ended up going to a networking event where I ran into a brother that was doing security sales for West Tech at that point. The following day, went to an interview, and when I found out it was door-to-door sales, I said, absolutely not. Funny thing happened that night. Started thinking about that 35K that I was in debt, and I had to clear it up. So went back the following day, because in life you can do two things: either you can feed your ego or you can feed your pockets, but you can't do both, right? So I decided to knock on some doors, and that's where the whole sales piece really went to a whole nother level. After about 10 years of doing that, I finally ended up moving to Chicago, and after being a regional manager, running Illinois, Indiana, and Chicago, I decided to start my own thing because I hit the ceiling in terms of where ADT Corporate was going to allow me to go. And so that's what brings me to today. I'm the proud owner of Secure Home and Automation. We're one of the largest Brinks franchises in the Midwest, and we are scaling at this point. It's just a grace of God, with His grace and mercy, that I've been able to accomplish this, not on my own, but on the shoulders of Mr. Raymond Chauncey, Johnny Chauncey, my sisters, and other people before me. One, funny thing as we talk about this. So just growing up, I can't really recall my father missing a day of work. I'm sure he did, but I could never really recall it. And so my mom would get out and do her thing at Ford Motor Company. And that's where I got that drive to succeed and just work hard and do what I need to do. And I could go on and on, but that's really just kind of how everything started. Just started my own thing and been on my own since that's been about 10 years now in terms of owning my own franchise.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Applause to you, brother. Applause to you.
There's no doubt. And look, and let me just say this, because the three of us really and truly understand where Stacey's coming from, because we understand he's a natural salesman. He's a natural salesman. There's no ignoring that. That's what this man is. And the thing about it is, I can safely say that me and my brothers always rooted for him, for what he was doing and how he was doing it. But we're not surprised. See, that's the crazy thing about it. We're not surprised about it at all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we know. Look, you're getting a lot of love on this screen, man. I'm putting it up on here.
Definitely.
You know
Definitely. Yeah.
I want you to pay attention to it, because like I said, a lot of times, and it's rare that happens, and Jaquari and Fluke, I want y'all to comment on this, but it's rare when people are able to actually be acknowledged in real time. And that's what this is about, what we're doing right now. We're acknowledging everyday people, because everyday people make this world go around. Even though you people are trying to convince you differently, but it's the truth. It makes this world go around. Okay? Damon, Jaquari, what you have anything to say about that?
I agree, man. I definitely agree, man. And because like I say, man, I applaud you, in your path and everything, man. And the one thing that always stuck out to me about you, man, is the independence, man. I mean, it's at this point, some people, you say, well, no, damn, he got his own business, doing his own thing, but it was sort of like an expectation, man. Like when I found out that you was doing your own thing, man, it was a comfort there that I was like, okay, yeah, this sounds about right, because you've always been a standalone kind of dude, man. As far as the moves you made, shit, you had the first and only sob I ever been in. You know what I mean? When you brought it back from Germany, I was like, what the hell is this?
My
What is
turtle,
this?
man. I had my turtle, dog. You couldn't tell me I was talking my turtle, okay?
Yeah. So I'm going to school. I'm like, yeah, my cousin just got back from Germany. He got a Saab and shit. And it was like a Saab. I was like, yeah, that's how you spell it. It's 2 A's. Look at that.
That's funny. So what's funny is, Jacor, I was coming back. Me and David White, shout out to David White, we're stationed in Fort Hood. So we was driving back to Michigan. We stopped in Hope, Arkansas. I'll never forget this. So we stopped at the gas station. This sister and her mom was walking into the gas station, and the mother said, baby, look at that. That's a beautiful Porsche he driving right there. Look at that Porsche he driving right there. I'll never forget that, man. It was funny, but at the end of the day, I appreciate all the love that you give me. But this ain't gonna turn into no roast, okay?
No, sir. No, sir.
You ain't heard from me yet.
Say what?
I said, you ain't heard from me yet. It's my turn next. Go ahead, finish, Corey. But I'm about to give you the business. No, I'm just joking, man. One thing, man, that stood out, man, with you, cuz, is that I've been knowing you your whole life, man. And when it comes to adversity, man, you never succumb to that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things, man, that you had to face in the road to even your goal, your own business and all that stuff, man. You never quit. And it was a process and it was a growing thing, man. And now you getting the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? But you never quit, man, no matter what.
Yeah, I appreciate
You know
it.
what
But here's what I tell you. Sometimes even though I can't swim, never learn how to swim, right? But sometimes, brothers, you can be so deep in the water, you turn around, ain't no land that you can see.
That's real.
Right? So because there's no land that you can see, the only other option is what? Is keep forging forward, right? And I guess if I had to think about the psychology, I use to psych myself out. I try not to think about everything that's going wrong, because if you think about everything that's going wrong, you might cut your wrist. so you really have to just act like it's not even happening and just keep moving forward. At the end of the day, the thing about sales is that's what's going to work it out. Seeing another client, seeing people, protecting families, and doing what you're passionate about doing, and things will work itself out. And I'm the master of calling and making some bill arrangements. Okay, I will call you and tell you, hey man, when I get it, you'll get it. I don't have it right now. How your family doing, by the way? They doing good? Okay, just want you to know I don't have it right now, but happy holidays to you, right? I was a king of making some arrangements. I'm not gonna jump off no cliff and do nothing crazy because I don't have the money to pay a bill.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, cuz I'm sold.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you the funny
just by that little, you got my attention.
I'm gonna tell you a funny thing, and this is a little side note. This was in, I don't even want to say the date, but the three young men on this screen right now came down on Memorial Day for Black Bike Week, right? Now, understand, folks in North Carolina and some folks everywhere else understand what Black Bike Week is about, right? Well, I had a timeshare and we had a big suite and everybody could fit in it. My cousin, both my brothers decided they're going to be down. Like, yo, we there. It was one of the greatest weekends of my life, right? The thing about it is I had friends come from Philadelphia from my pit days. And they already knew Jaquari and Damon. They already knew them. But the biggest impression was Stacey. right? Because it was two Philly, one from West Philly and one from South Philly. Biz, Bruce, and Suave, Lamont. Good dudes, real good dudes, right? So what ended up happening was Lamont and Bruce ended up hanging out with Stacey, right? And they went out clubbing the whole nine. So the next day, we getting up, we getting ready to prepare for breakfast the whole nine, right? And they came up like, hey, your cousin? this is no lie. I never told you this.
Hey, wait. My mom and dad is on here, okay?
No.
Okay.
I'm paying attention to that. He said, your cousin?
And we both got to work Monday.
Yes, indeed. He said, your cousin? He said, we went to a club. It was a long, gigantic line. Your cousin Stacey. We was like, man, we might as well turn back, right? He said, your cousin Stacey went to the front of that line and was talking to the dude, whispering in his ear, right? And gave him a card. And next thing you know, we in there and we in VIP. And all I could do was laugh because I know that's my man. I know that's my man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I try my best not to do lines,
Look, I went to the Starfield with him, and the line was all out the door. Cuz said, come on, man. I said, hey, man, Cass looking at us, who are these brothers? So I got in line. He went up to the door, and I'm sitting there, and everybody asking about him. I said, that's my cousin, man. Y'all chill on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for whatever's going to happen, right? He came on, he was like, hey, man, what you doing? And I walked up to him, and I'm hearing everybody in the line talking about, man, they must be somebody special or whatever, man. We walked up in that joint, man, got posted up, and I was like, this is what this feels like. Then, okay, I'm good with this. I'm good with this.
It's a gift, man. It's definitely a gift. But you have always
gift for God, brother.
I mean, because you gotta think about it. He and I are the same age. We went through all the way up. When we moved back from Detroit, I was in school with him, my cousin Kim, my cousin Robin, and my cousin John Williams. And I always recognized this is what this man had. He had a particular look. He like my man. What's my man name? E.M. Leeson.
E.M. Hutton.
Look, a particular skill set.
Yeah.
Look, why don't we go ahead and get into the meat of this situation, man? Because like I said,
hey,
go ahead.
I learned something today, man. I didn't know John Wesley was the baby out of y'all.
Yeah, he is.
I'm like older.
Yeah.
I did too.
That's crazy.
All right, well, look, let's just do this. What you say, Jaquar?
No, I just said that's I thought he was older than y'all too.
Well, he act like an old soul, but he was our youngin'. Let's get into some of these questions, man, because I think they're very important. Because what Damon and Jaquari always say, and I said also, that the whole premise to our episodes is our guest when we have a guest. You know what I mean? When it's the three of us, we open up, we get busy, right? But when we have a guest, it's only about the guest, period. So we're going to get into this questioning, right? And they're simple questions. And what we'll do is, let's do this. How did your upbringing affect how you moved in your adulthood, Stacey?
That's a great question. How did my upbringing affect how I moved in my adulthood? Well, coming from 416 Monroe, Ypsilanti, y'all, Ypsilanti. You never wanted to disappoint. You never wanted to disappoint your parents. You never wanted to be in a situation where they got a call because you was acting the fool out in the streets. I did not want to hear Raymond Chauncey's mouth and Johnny Mary's mouth. Okay. So, and I remember some of the times I would be on punishment, looking out the window and seeing Brian Poe and all them guys on the strip, Bernard Bond and them, all them out there on the strip. My mom would say, if anybody come over to his house and knock on the door, you're gonna get embarrassed. Right? So they better not come over here asking, can you come outside and do anything of the sort. But just back to your question, just had a strong sense of responsibility not to tarnish the name.
Okay.
And that was the biggest thing. Of course, I did a couple of things here and there, as we all did and all have, but just as an adult, even the same thing. And we could talk about that situation that happened on Fox 2 when they had me all on the news, right?
Of course, that's up to you.
It's all good. It's all good. But the reason it's all good is because, unfortunately, we believe everything that the media shows you on television.
That's right.
And so that particular situation, which is so funny, you had a couple of employees. I left the company and went to Fox 2 and said, hey, this guy owes us some money. So I done moved on to a whole nother company doing my thing, right? And people called me out the woodworks, man. They called me out the woodwork. So I go over to Fox 2. One thing that I've always learned, face whatever the situation is, right? I knock on the door. I'm at the gate. They say, oh, man, this guy's here. I walk into the station. They got the cameras all up in my face. What they want you to do is do all this. They want you to hide. They want you to duck. I was not going to give them that type of satisfaction, right? So I said, well, what seems to be the problem? He said, well, we got a couple employees say that you owe them some money. I said, okay, well, how much money is it? Take a guess on how much money it was that them people were owed. Okay, let me tell you real quick.
Okay.
$75.
Come on, man.
No.
Wow.
$75. And I said to the guy, when he said that to me, I said, come on, man. I said, I'll be right back. Went and got a couple of money orders, brought them back, gave them to him. It was $75. But when they aired the story, they said, hey, this guy is not paying his individuals thousands of dollars and this and that. He lives right next door to Fox 2. Right? Exactly. And so they perpetuated that particular story for the whole Super Bowl week, but here's the deal. People that really know you and know your character, they know that's not what the deal is. I had one of my boys that was working in Iraq as a civilian call me and said, bro, stop. We know your character. We know how it goes down with this media stuff. Keep it pushing. And it bothered me because at the end of the day, when you don't have the money to defend yourself in a situation like that, I was talking about picketing in front of Channel 2. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a lie. And I felt that strongly about it. And it was just a lie. But the point of me telling that story is that, unfortunately, we believe everything the media says without pulling back the layers of the onion, to see what's really going on. So that was very impactful because I never stopped. That week, I didn't stop coming outside. I'm going downtown, experiencing events because at the end of the day, when I know I wasn't wrong. I'm going to continue to live my life and live in color. That's
real.
it.
That's real. Jaquari, Damon, you got anything to say about that?
Hey, man, quiet as kept, man. I forgot all about that shit, man. Seriously, how long did it take you, really, man, to just get your head around the situation?
Well, you get your head around it quick when your mom's calling you and your sister them calling you and everybody's calling like, what's going on? And my thing, it wasn't even about me, guys. It was me really trying to let my parents know that ain't true. Relax, it's all good, and that's not the case. The funny thing, though, unfortunately, there were some family members, unfortunately, that was like, that's how he driving that Audi. That's how he's doing that. And that is what hurt more than anything because your family is really supposed to know you, and just know how you cut. But that was it.
Okay. Well, look, let me just say this. I feel that, but you have to understand that, the three of us, we go a long way back. You know what I mean? And we understand what we understood at the time because I did call you to make sure you was good. I didn't call you to make sure you answered to what they were saying. I'm like, yo, you good before because understanding your character as we grew. You feel me? Damon, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't even. I mean, I heard rumblings of it, man, but I don't know any detail. I didn't even really pay any attention to it, man. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people talk, man. People, whatever. They just, you know what I'm saying? You had to defend your character, man. They tried to defend your character. You know what I'm saying? You had to do that. You know, and I'm glad everything worked out for you, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's all water under the bridge, man. I'm not dismissing it, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I like your grind, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no quit in you, even when somebody's attacking your character. You know what I'm saying? And that's noble, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Don't mean it ain't hard though, baby.
No doubt.
Life is hard. We black men. Life
Yeah.
hard, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Black man.
Absolutely.
People apples, man. And what you say, Keith?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
No, I'm just saying, man. People see that, man. Youngins just watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They watching and they seeing what you doing, man. In spite of what you facing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
No, I
saying?
appreciate that.
All right, well look, let me just do this. Gotta acknowledge Aunt Johnny Mary. Love you, baby. You sitting here watching us. We got your we got your baby boy up on this screen right now. And you know what you mean to us, Auntie. You know what you mean to us. You feel me? That's how it is. You know, see the thing
Well, I'm gonna
about
be quiet because I ain't made no phone calls in a while, so
look, but here's the thing.
I'm gonna stay on this corner
Most
over here.
people understand that all families have great relationships if they want to pursue them, right? So I'm always proud to say that everyone in my family I have a good relationship with. And when I say that my aunties, my Aunt Jeannie, my Aunt Cheryl, my Aunt Johnny Mary mean the world to me, they mean the world to me. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I love y'all. Feel me? And so this is what we're gonna do. We got to keep going on. You know why? Because Stacey, you're a good damn guest, my guy. So let's go into the next question. And what I'm doing is, the first question was, how did you get into the security field? But you answered that right away, which, the professional that you are, I knew that was some great shit, right? But let's talk about the military, brother, because you spend a great amount of your young adulthood in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the question: how does seeing the world in the military change the person that you are?
So how did the military change the person I am? That's what you said?
How did it change you? Did past tense? How did it change you?
Um, well, I'll tell you this. I mean, the military allowed me to expand my mind, right? The one thing about your mind, once it expands, it never goes back to its normal state. Um, you know, be it positive things or negative things. You know what I'm saying? But the positive aspect of it was being able to see other cultures, other races, and the one thing that it did for me, it allowed me to see that those people have the same goals and aspirations that we do for our families. They want them to be healthy, they want them to be educated, and they want them to be good pillars of their community, wherever they're from. And I think sometimes with what we see from media coverage again, it'll have you thinking that people are just cannibals and in a not civil
living in huts and stuff.
it's crazy. And so that's what the military did for me. It allowed me to see things from a whole different lens, and that's what I'll never forget about that aspect of it.
Okay, Damon. Have anything towards that?
No, I've never traveled abroad, so have to defer the cause, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you traveled though. That's the whole point.
Correct.
Me, man,
By the way,
everywhere I've ever went, I can speak in terms of playing in an arena. You know what I'm saying? Playing basketball in an arena, whatever, man. You encounter all kind of racism and everything, man. And you stand on what it is that you know you can do or what you're working on, and you just leave it to that and let everybody else figure out how to address you. You coming as a man, putting your best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe and trust in that. You know what I'm saying? My comfort zone is my family, man, who know me. Anybody outside of that really doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like Stacey said earlier, as long as you gotta take your name. When my dad put me on the bus, going to college, he said, man, the most valuable thing I can give you is my name. You know what I'm saying? Armstrong. And I took that and I tried to represent it as best I could, man, And only thing I can give to the world is my best, and then learn, different cultures or whatever. But mine matters the most, man. You spoke about our aunties, man, and our parents and all that, man. I don't think I could have been raised in a better family. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw the way I was raised. I saw the world in a specific way, man, and it worked for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud that I didn't tarnish the name.
that's real. Jaquar,
Or just yeah, I mean, y'all know, man. I've been like, especially like in the United States, man. I've been traveling, since I was young, man. You know, in my circle of friends, hell, I was probably the first to, fly somewhere on the airplane and and things like that. But I didn't really put too much airs on it and stuff like that because of the upbringing that I had, and I carry with me everywhere that I go, man, the sense of ambassadorship, man. Just being the best representative, for my family and and the people in my life that I can. You know what I mean? And that ambassadorship, man, has basically gained me a place to stay, man. All over the world. I got invitations to go to Africa. I got invitations to go. I had a buddy I met from Russia. They said if you can get here, you got somewhere to lay your head. You know, that's the most important thing to me, man. Is the connection. You know, me and my wife, man. We, got some passports and decided to be, cruise people. So getting on the boat, man, and and I'm a person of large stature, so people, just automatically looking at whatever, So if I was a jackass, uh, some of these opportunities wouldn't even be there, And plus, being as pretty as I am, it's like icing on the cake and shit.
Pretty Ricky,
When you
what they
look
call
good,
him. Pretty
yeah,
Ricky, pretty Ricky, what they call him.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
When you look good and you act good, man, and you get invited to places, So
that's real as shit. That's some real shit right there.
I appreciate your honesty, man. But hey, I want to say something, man. Me and I hope my cousin slash sister, baby sister, Malika on here, man. As far as travel, she said something very profound, man. In me and her conversation, and she was telling me about her travels and stuff like that, and what it really meant to her. So I hope that she would expound on that, man. If she's still on here, expound on it because it was very profound what she said, man. As far as being abroad and not having your family there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, that was deep. You know what I'm saying? So if you there, Lee,
She here.
you know what I'm saying? Okay, kind of expound on that, man, because I think it's meaningful right now based on the conversation we having. It's very meaningful, man. So hopefully
Hey,
she'll do that.
before we go to hey, great damn answer, guys. Stacey, before we go to the next question, it just popped into my head. Your travels sprouted, and I'm assuming this great things in your life sooner and later. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about them, man. Shout
Mm-hmm.
them out. My
Mm-hmm. So definitely speaking of my twin Simon, okay? Simon, man, we talk probably 3-4 times a week minimum. He's in Germany doing his thing. 36 years of age, two beautiful boys. Jamil, is his oldest. Zaid is his youngest. And man, look out in terms of just stay tuned. His oldest man is a phenomenal little soccer player.
That's
You
what's
know,
up.
making things happen from that vantage point. And then Catherine, my daughter,
Football.
whom I just found out about, about 4 years ago, is my little princess or whatnot. She's married. She has a little boy. He's 6 months old now, and so just getting to
Congratulations.
know her on their terms, is where we are. So it's a pleasant surprise from that vantage point. But yeah, traveling has afforded me some other benefits to have two seeds out here that I'm very proud of. Simon's doing his thing; he works for the bank. Catherine works with mentally challenged children. Matter of fact, she went to University of Pittsburgh.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that.
Yeah. So Pitt fan, and doing her thing. Yep.
That's a beautiful thing, bro. That's real. Because look, like I said, this episode is about you. So if I feel like you're missing something, I'm definitely going to try to double back and make sure we get what we get. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So before we go on, doing a little bit of housekeeping. Before we go on to the next question, I gotta acknowledge everybody's on here. Johnny Mary, cousin Malika, Tony, Uncle Raymond, love y'all, love y'all to death. Karima Majette, one of our past guests, my that's my adopted sister right there. I'm glad you tuned in on us. You know what I'm saying? Aunt Johnny Mary, you know how we feel. I got you. Marcus, last week, what's going on, brother? He says, I think I put it up there. I'm gonna put it up there for you, Stace, on the screen. He says, was the best car I ever had. You know what I'm saying? you know, so basically what's going on is let me go ahead before we go any further. Daphne, love you, baby. Sonya, love you,
Hey,
love you. Flashback. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's up. That's what it's about.
Look like a family reunion on here today.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes,
yeah.
indeed. You know why? Because you that special kind of cat. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I knew people was gonna show up. You feel
Hey,
me?
hey, Keith, you can't be paying people, man.
Look. Unethical. All right, well, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get back into the questioning because we ain't deep diving, but we not shallow either. We like mid range with you, brother. You know what I mean? So this is what I want you to do. Just to speak on it. Now that your mom and pops is on here, so this is one of them kind of things that I want to see where your head is with this, and you have the option not to answer this and plead the fifth, but it ain't that deep. But it's up to you. It says, what role do you have in your relationship with your family, do you feel it's a turning into a patriarchal role?
Mm,
Somebody,
um,
oh, Stacey. Somebody say that.
Patriarchal.
There you go. Now,
I know what you meant. I know what you meant, fam. Uh,
I'm
you
glad
know,
you did because I was struggling.
you were struggling. Yeah. So I would tell you the Raymond Chauncey is still the patriarch, right?
that's real. Okay.
I'm patriarch in training, right? Um, what I will tell you is that, and that's a great question. My role with the family is somewhat, in my mind, I feel like I'm a connector, mediator, organizer, and just hopefully I've been a positive brother, uncle, and son that have done my best to lead by example. Um, and that's the best that I can tell you. No families are perfect. I wish that we could spend a lot more time together. Tomorrow's just not promised. Um, and so that's it. Just take it as it comes, my brother.
Okay. Okay. Jaquar. So,
Well, as far as family goes, man, it's a very sensitive area for me, man, because I'm not a phone person, So when I see my family, man, I don't mind automatically reverting back to Lil Spoke. You know what I mean? And there's a certain expectation I have, man, for you guys, my aunties, my uncles, and everything, the whole court, you know, and I'm just there as a participant, man. But the simple fact is, man, we are getting older, and some of those roles, some of those leadership roles in the family, are just naturally, you know, coming to us,
Hmm.
you know, whether we want them or not. Uh, you talk about standing on the shoulders of giants, man. I mean, it's. I have no doubt, man, that our parents in particular, man, had social media been a popular thing back when they were out, they would have been some kind of personality. People in our family would have been some kind of, large personality out there, as far as connection, man, as
viral
far
like
as
a motherfucker.
information. Yeah, as far as communication, man, because that's something that we're historically good at, man. People listen to us. People come to us, and there's an expectation, of solidity, you know, and that's a heavy mantle to carry. It is, but I think it's four very good examples that on the screen right now. It's hard for me to put it into words. It really is, man. Just the backbone and the tenacity, man, that we come from. From the old village, man, to our established homes now. You know, come a long way. Come a long way, man. But the journey is never over. It's never over. So it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot. But as far as like I said, leadership, I think you know everybody's ready for it.
Sound like I'm waiting for Bone Thugs and Harmony. We at the crossroads. See,
Some
If you're lucky.
somebody got to pick up the baton and take it
Yeah.
going. Fluke, go ahead, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Talk to
Hey, before Fluke, they would definitely give a shout out to Keenan. That's Vivi's son on there. Dennis Parker's grandson.
That's real.
Shout out to Mr. Parker, Dennis Parker. We miss you, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Oh yeah.
man, oh man, oh man.
Fluke.
You talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. But
For me, man, nowadays I'm living in my humility, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm self-checking. So as far as how my family see me, I hope that I am the guy they expected me to be. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of leading by example, I do the best I can, man, with my family to make sure that they are representing the family and the name and stuff like that. But the thing that surprises me mostly, man, is those young cats, man. When I sit down and kick it with them and the respect they show, it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? In building a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? So that what that does for me, man, is make it reminds me that I have to continue to be my best because they're watching. You know what I'm saying? Because they're watching. And in a lot of cases, in a few cases, it's doing a lot better than me. So I'm saying, isn't that what we all expect, man? You know, as black people raising our families and moving forward in the world, you know what I'm saying? Being an example and expecting the young ones to do better than us. You know, as long as I'm in that role, I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So however my family see me, like I said, I hope there's no disappointment there. And I'm all right. And I'm gonna continue to do my level best, man, with humility. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that, bro.
No doubt.
So this is my show tonight, right?
That's what it is.
Okay, so
It is.
we're gonna switch up a little bit. We got people in the comment section, so I'm gonna do something a little different. So when I say it,
Hold on. Now I got two questions
oh man,
that we need to touch
I'm
on.
trying to get out these questions, man.
No,
Good.
no, sir. Are you kidding me? Look, you're gonna get to do what you want to do right now, but you're gonna touch on these, brother, because what did I say? It's not your show to control, my man.
I
But it's
want to
your
hear
show.
him talk about that sixth question. That sixth question. That's what I'm doing.
Look, it's
That
your
what?
show. It's your show that for us to learn about you.
All
All
right,
right.
what's the next question? We'll do what I'm talking about. Just a
All
little
right.
fun
Now,
again.
now we got two questions left, and what I'm going to do is actually three, but
This is what I want to
I'm gonna blend two of them. Right.
Okay.
As a business owner, in what you do in your field, right? First of all, who do you service in your business? Okay. And then what roadblocks do you have in servicing those folks?
Okay. So I service residential and commercial clients, anything related to security, smart home automation, whether it's alarm systems, card access, cameras, you name it, we do it. We're a full service entity. Um, so really simple. Anything that a person wants, we have the ability to do it. If they want a theater system in the house, we have the ability to do it. Um, when you ask, what are some of the roadblocks is typically resources, finances, money. It's taken me a long time to um, put myself in a position where I was credit worthy, you know, to get some money, and have some collateral, in terms of dealing with the bank. So the biggest challenge I would say, Keith, would be the resources for most of us that started businesses, the capital, and great mentorship. I think it's important for you to have great mentorship in anything that you're looking to do. You have to surround yourself with people that's smarter than you, that can point you in the right direction and hopefully eliminate you hitting some of those pitfalls that they hit. And you got to be wise enough to listen to it, even when it hurts.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, what we're going
Even
to
when it
do,
hurts.
because in short, Jaquari, go ahead and make your comment, bro.
No, I mean, as far as work ethic, man, personally, man, I always did my best to try to have some sort of job, man. And the notion of getting out and going door to door like you said, Stacey. It always terrified me, man, because I ain't no hustler. I ain't no, you know, get out there and drum up business kind of person. You know what I mean? Because I take things. I'm a Libra, man. I take things personal. So I mean, having the but having the fortitude, man, to keep to wake up tomorrow and do the same thing when you know Murphy is working against you. Murphy and his laws is working against you. You know. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. I really do, man. That hustle spirit. You know, my question is, do you still possess that hustle spirit, or are you at a point where you're coasting, or?
Absolutely not coasting. I mean, I think that I'm slowing down, and that's why it's so important to duplicate certain things, whether it's real estate to create that income, to create the 401k type of deal that you may not have, like a Keith has or someone like that. But I want to take a step back, just listen to what folks said, was talking about earlier. So family members may not notice, and at some point I'm working on doing a book at this point. But so when I left ADT and I was a regional sales trainer and recruiter, because the owner basically told me that there was no more room for me here. I was not foolish enough just to walk out. My pride wanted me to just say, forget it, turn the table over and walk up out of that piece. But the reality was I still had some bills to pay. So I'll never forget, I think mom and dad, we're in Ipsy a couple of times. And when I was formulating the business and having to turn in paperwork to the state and all that kind of stuff, I'm in Michigan, filling out paperwork, going to FedEx, putting it in the mail, waiting on them to approve my licensing and all that stuff. I get back to Chicago. I'm finally approved for my license to get rolling in the business. And I had to decide whether I was going to pay my rent, whether I was going to pay my car note, or whether I was going to get this equipment for the business to get started. I'll never forget going downstairs, talking to the office manager, saying, hey, listen, I just started a business. I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I don't know when I'm going to be able to pay my rent, but I'm just being honest and letting you know. And I'll never forget what the brother said to me. He said, well, listen, I'll do my best. I can't guarantee you anything, but since you've always paid on time for the last year and a half, I'm going to try to work with you. Every month, guys, I would come in and look on my door to see if there's some kind of eviction notice or whatnot. Never had an eviction notice. By the 6th month, I was able to go downstairs and let him know that I was starting to gain some traction in the business. I doubled up my rent for 6 months to catch everything up. And I'll never forget what that brother did for me, because I didn't have the capital to get it going. He never evicted me. So when you start talking about hustle, Jacory, and grinding, the dream is real, but the hustle is sold separately. You got to get out and go get something. And I was door to door was the quickest way for me to create some income, and I had to do it, and I would do it again if I had to do
it. Okay. Damon.
Okay.
Any comments?
No, man. I stepped away for a minute.
Hey, plug your stuff in, my guy.
Yeah, I stepped away for a minute, man. So I'm doing catch up right now, man. But
okay. We go to this. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the last question so you can get into your portion of the episode, Stacey. Last question, and this is always one that we always ask men and women when they're on the show, young and old. So basically, if you could give any knowledge to our young folks, if they had your ear, what would you want to give them? It makes no difference what it is, but what would you want to give them? Especially if they were in a position to understand and want to hear you.
That's a great question. What advice would I give them? What comes to mind, and I've talked about it, this evening a little bit. Maybe some of you guys out there listening maybe caught some of it, but you got to bet on yourself. If you're not willing to bet on yourself, there's no need to start a business. If you're not willing to bet on yourself, if you're starting a business because you want to see what else is going on with other folks and other people doing this and that, it's the wrong deal. So you have to bet on yourself. And sometimes you have to keep your vision to yourself because God gives everybody their own vision. Everybody don't have the same vision. So you start sharing your vision with people that need bifocal, that don't understand what you see. They may try to talk you out of it. So you got to be real careful with that. Those are some of the things I would tell them. The other thing I would tell them is put pen to paper and write it out. It don't have to be a traditional business plan, but you need to have a specific plan in place in terms of how you're going to do A, B, C, and D. The other thing I would tell them is that you have to surround yourself with mentors, people that may be where you want to be, and learn from those individuals. What helped me was working for these alarm companies, and I was picking up the skill set from them, and it prepared me to run my own piece. Now, do I make mistakes? Absolutely. But just staying focused on the question. The other thing is that you may have to change your circle of friends, and that's the last piece of that. Because when you think about that rocket that goes to the moon, it hits a certain level, and then what happens? One engine drops off. It's not destined to make it to the moon with you. So,
before you move on for that, all right. Now, I can understand if you are if your group is a group of predators, for lack of a better word, right? Basically, not really going in the same direction as you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What degree do you move away from friends when you on your goal?
So the degree when you move away from friends, when every time you sharing things with friends, it's a negative to them. It's a why you even doing it? Why don't you just go get a job? You've been doing this for the last 10 years, man. You ain't made it yet. You know what I'm saying? And so
Wow.
that's when it's time to move away from that kind of conversation. Because remember, God gave you the vision. He didn't get a vision to them.
It's real. It's real. It makes sense.
And the other side of that, man, is shit. I still got friends back home, man, who walk around with pistols and dope in their pocket, man. I can't be associated with that.
Correct.
It is.
Loving to
Hey,
death.
look, and I think a lot of times, just my own little personal piece of this is really piggybacking off what you both just said. A lot of times, you got to see the friendship as a friendship, not a crutch. Because you have a friendship with somebody, this is what I believe. Because you have a friendship with somebody, doesn't mean that you can rely on their strength to move you forward in your dream. If you understand what I'm saying to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people don't see your vision, and it could be disappointing to what they say to you, even though they don't want to disappoint you, even though they don't want to set you back. Because what you said earlier, Stace, it is your vision, nobody else.
Yep.
And
Your own business,
before we move,
is the most important thing, man.
that's real.
Right before I moved to North Carolina, man, I started, calling myself an amateur writer. When I wrote something, man, what was it? I can't remember it right now. But no, it's I walked 1,000 miles in my brother's feet. I walked 1,000 miles in my brother's footsteps, but barely crawled an inch of my own path. You know what I mean? You got to have a plan. You got to have your own plan. You got to set it up the way you want it to go, and do everything you can to make sure you know you follow that direction. And it don't take much, man, to follow your own plan. You just wake up and do one thing every day. At least one thing every day, man, that's gonna get you closer to your goal.
It's real.
You don't leap to your goal, you crawl to your goal.
Oh wait.
All right, hey, before we go on to you, hey, I want to hear your comment, Luke. But before we go on, I'm gonna acknowledge Richard White, baby boy.
Richard White, what up, Rich?
Richard White, what's going on?
Hey, hold up. I got to tell a story about Richard White. I remember we was at Perry Elementary School, and Richard White had a beard at Perry Elementary School. I said, what this grown man doing walking around here? That brother always had the coldest beard, man, laid down, trimmed up to the T. Am I telling the truth?
This is real. Richard had a beard early. When I say early.
Hey, Rich, put it in the comments. I don't know if it was elementary or junior high for sure. Junior high for sure. But Rich, put in the comments when you had your beard.
All right, hey, go ahead, Fluke.
Y'all pretty much said everything, man. Like I say, man, we all go through stages in our life, man. I'm in that stage right now where I'm living my life, through humility and understanding what it is that I need to work on for myself. So I really don't have time to be concerned about what other people think, man. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to be my best self, there's no disrespect to anybody. It's just like, that's a lot to deal with, man. You trying to please people and you trying to be your best self. It's like oil and water, man. You know what I'm saying? So my thinking process is, if a young cat did some stuff that I did back when I was his age, I'm not passing any judgment. You know what I'm saying? I just pray that brother learn just like I had to. But that requires that person to be honest with themselves. As far as my goals and moving forward and all that stuff, you could be selfish, you can be, engaged with everybody. You can be on all those levels, man, in terms of an individual person, man. But if you don't see who you are moving forward, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to matter because you're not moving forward in your path. Am I making sense? You're not moving forward in your path. You're moving forward on somebody else's expectation. How do we move forward, man? Not to sound redundant, but how do we move forward? We move forward, man, being honest with ourselves. I'm saying if you do something jacked up to somebody, you gotta answer for that, man. You don't just move on from it. You be like, yeah. If that person see you and don't have no words for you, you be like, I understand why. You know what I'm saying? That's something you got to live with, and that's a learning experience, man. However you choose to go, you can be angry about it and be more in your situation and angry and putting people off, or you can be like, yeah, I was that. You know what I'm saying? And that person that you go back to him and say, hey man, I hope you can forgive me in this situation. That person might help you move closer to your goal, man.
No doubt.
They might help you move closer to where you. I mean, that's how life is, man.
You got to be open enough to humble yourself to the situation, man.
That's real. All right, hey, Stace, you wanted to take it over 5 minutes ago. We give you the opportunity, baby boy.
I can't take it over on that note. You know what I'm
saying? Let's go down that road you want to go down, man.
No. It was just, we were in that space. We were just talking about family and just kind of reminiscing about, some of that, right? So, and even the people in the chat, if they have the ability to do it, because some people are family members and some are not. When I say a name, a relative name, give me one or two words that come to mind to describe that individual to you. to you.
Okay.
All right, the three of us, we'll go ahead and do and start it off for you, man. But you started off, Stacey.
So, when I say your grandfather, Uncle Buddy,
I'll go first. You say a couple words, my guy.
that's it. 2 words. You can do one.
Ultimate strength.
Wow.
Ja'Quari, Fluke.
You know, I'm at a disadvantage, man. You know, I don't remember a lot about Grandpop. I really don't.
What you remember? Let's do it from there, man.
Just sleeping in the chair.
Okay.
Right.
That says a lot. That
I
says a lot.
I don't have any memories of ever seeing that man lay down.
That says a lot because he retired from 2 jobs, 30 years from 2 jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, that's real. Luke?
I would say patriarch and responsible, man.
Okay. So the 2 words that come to mind to me would be quiet storm. Right. He was a man of less words, but he always came through and made stuff happen. All right. So that's one. So the next person is, and it's not all, don't have to be family. Look, we're gonna have fun with this. Kanye West. 2 words.
I'll go first.
That way people can chime in. It's on the board.
This is my own personal opinion. And if you want me to elaborate, hit me up. I'll elaborate. Happy idiot.
Okay.
Now, not in the context of Charles Barkley and Shaq idiot. But don't throw out bullet points and don't reinforce them, especially when you on the verge of being right. Because you basically what he was doing when he came on was have a tantrum because he didn't get his way. And I don't respect it.
Cuz, did you say 2 words or explanation, man?
Nope, 2 words.
Oh, look, first of all,
I'm just messing with you, bro.
No, listen.
I know you
No, listen what I'm saying to you. Had I just left it at those 2 words, you would have looked at me as them old clown ass dudes, Barkley and Sam.
No.
Them company men. They company men to me. But I digress, my people. Who's next?
Kanye West, man, I'm gonna say 2 words that come to mind when I think of him is chaos eater. The man eats chaos. It fills him. It satisfies him. You know, that's the rare soul, man. It's a rare soul, especially since it's taken him to, you know, the height of the American dream. You know, everybody wants to achieve the American dream, but nobody talks about what you do once you get tired of it. Because that's what I see. He's just tired of the affluence.
Mm-hmm.
Before anybody else can take it away from him, he's shooting his own self in the foot.
He got full off.
So he's a chaos eater. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Malika said passionate and misinformed.
That's honest and makes sense too. Luke?
I would say raging and unsupported, man.
Ooh, you killing me, dog. But I got you. I got you. I respect that. I like that though. Stacey?
He ain't got nobody around him, man.
Yeah.
No, well, let me comment on what you just said. When people make that kind of money, unfortunately, the people around them don't say nothing. You know why? Because he feeds them, baby.
He does.
They they don't want to be banished,
You know,
right? The guy that did the biopic on him from Chicago was being real with him. Dude was out his life for several years behind being real with him, right? But I would say uh, mental illness, right, / genius. And on the genius piece, he has great business acumen with some of the relationships that he had forged. You know what I'm saying? But the mental illness side of it is real. It's real. Mental illness is real, man.
that's real.
Yeah. So that's it.
It's
I
a
ain't gonna go on and
thin
on.
line.
No. Hold on. You done started some shit. I did. Hey, um, I got something. I got a couple names. I named them before. I just need to see if everybody is on the same ground as me, or am I just being a little petty with it, right?
Mhm.
Charles Barkley.
2 words to describe Charles Barkley. I'm just gonna say asshole. I'm making it. I'm making like that's what I'm gonna say. I said, I know my mom and dad and them probably still on here.
Yeah,
Okay,
but yeah, but that's your, look, we speaking our truth, and
yeah.
it is what it is. Jaquari. No, go ahead, Stacey. Go ahead.
No. I mean, and we're not really elaborating on it, but he is part of the establishment to me. You know, a brother that's done so many things in his lifetime, spitting on people, and acting a fool, for him to be Mr. Holier than thou at this point.
That's real. That's
Yeah.
real. Jaquari.
Nincompoop. I mean, that's the best I can come up with.
Flute.
Oh my God, man.
Just 2 words,
Because
bro.
I know I really don't pay attention to him, man. Foolish and embarrassment.
Okay. Okay. You want to elaborate, or you good?
He, Fred kind of said one time, man, when he really jump off, he gonna be on the front line, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming at his, coming at his community, he gonna be that person that's gonna be in the middle, trying to make the people that's being done wrong.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He's an embarrassment, man. That's all. And he don't deserve any attention, to be honest with
you. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, now I'm gonna hit you in the head with this. My only one was Charles Barkley so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
My second one, Barack Obama.
Oh Lord, I mean you.
2 words.
You set me up.
And don't feel the need to explain it. Just whatever comes to you. Stacey, we're gonna go with you first.
I'm still thinking, so you might have to come back to me.
Jaquari, you still thinking?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Barack Obama was a good start.
Damn. I like that. Flute. Two words. Don't make it difficult on yourself. 2 words.
Misguided and uninformed.
Gotcha. That's interesting. That's interesting. Are you prepared to talk about the last one you said, or you want?
Uninformed.
Yes, sir.
What I mean by that, man, is that you don't represent yourself as one thing, man, and then go to a goddamn excuse my language, go to a damn black HBCU talking to future doctors and all that and tell them to take care of their kids, man.
Whoa.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
remember that. I remember that.
Why would you go to cats, young brothers who's graduating from a historically black college and tell them how to take care of their damn kids? Or you know what I'm saying? Or make sure you're taking care of your kids or whatever. These cats, man, went through everything to get their degree and be the best they can be in their community or wherever the hell they came from. And you bringing that drama. You sound like one of them white right-wing clowns who's like, don't appreciate who you are.
You don't
You know what I'm
think
saying?
that context
Even
out of context?
Oh, hold on for a second. Stay, let him finish. Then we'll, because I seen it too, Stacey.
Okay. I didn't see it.
Go ahead, Fluke.
You don't, man. What you don't do, you can go to a prison and come with all that drama. But if you give them the commencement speech at a graduation, you know what I'm saying? You encouraging brothers. You're not talking about something that they had to avoid, you know what I'm saying, in their life. Being the best that they can be, getting educated, finna move out in the world, and you coming with that type of speech. You know what I'm saying? That's being either ignorant or uninformed, man. You didn't do your homework. You know what I'm saying? And all he had to do for me, man, you know, I didn't care what he did, man, as a president, man, in terms of the country and all that. What I cared about is him saying, how the hell you gonna be a president in this country for 8 years, and your city you come from, man, has so many young brothers, man, died from violence and all that, gunshot, you know, from guns, died, and you the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? That's not. Why wasn't that your platform? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you speak on that? Because you wanted to keep the country together? You're not serving me any purpose, man, when I know cats in Chicago from 28 and under is killing each other and you're not addressing it, man.
So here's my thought process on it a little bit, being in Chicago.
Are you getting ready to give us your 2 words? Give us your 2 words first. Then give us
I'm gonna say Black history is what I'm gonna say. Black history.
Which is also a good 2 words. But go ahead.
So I think it's a little challenging when and it should not be, but it's always the game when you're African American, because you're that African American president, and he's trying to be the president of everybody and not just Chicago. Although that was a major situation, no doubt about it, but it's always 2 sets of rules. And we can look at the exact. Hold on, Fluke. We can look at the examples of the stuff that Orange Man was saying about, you know, I could kill somebody in Madison Square Garden and still be elected to president. I can grope women and still do this and do that. We know what would have happened had President Barack Obama been talking like that. He'd have been ostracized. And so I think that when you are in those type of positions, even black men in corporate America, it takes some real kahunas to step out on faith and say, listen, I know they're going to come for me, but I'm still going to come with it. You think about all the stuff that he attempted to do that was blocked, you know, a number of things that he attempted to do that was blocked. So I'm not necessarily covering for him, but I think it's a bigger picture there than other than just that. That's it.
Okay.
You know who I respect, man?
Hold on. I'm going to give you the opportunity, but I need to go, right? And also I need to explain why I even brought him up. Okay. My 2 words, almost was. Those are my 2 words. And
Okay.
the reason why I have those 2 words is because I would not, as much knowledge that I had, I would never have ever thought that I would see the day in my lifetime there was a black man elected in office, right? But understanding the office, I didn't have a high expectation of him, okay? Because there was two. First of all, he didn't have the House or the House or Congress.
Mm-hmm.
He had the Senate or Congress.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He had both.
No, hold on.
He did.
Not when they shut the government down with his health care. They committed treason with his health care. They shut the government down with a bill a constitutional bill that was in play. They shut it down. Right? But like I said, that's for another discussion. But the reason why I brought him up is how you feel. Right? My mother-in-law, I love her to death. 2008. My mother, I was blessed that our mother lived long enough to see. No, she didn't.
She didn't live. No, she
sure
passed before then.
But the thing about it is, she was out in the trenches in Detroit, campaigning for this man, right? My mother-in-law became highly upset at me when she asked me. I asked her. No, I just said, I'm going to vote for Barack Obama for president because he is a black man. She got angry at me. What do you mean? He's the best person for it. I looked at her. I called her Mom. I said, Mom, honestly, is he the best person? Because he don't have the experience to be there. Right? But in my lifetime, I was never able to see someone. I mean, Jesse Jackson, but be honest, we was youngin'. We was like in our 20s, early 20s. Did we really think that Jesse Jackson was going to win, even come close to the presidency? Not at all.
Mm-mm.
But we still supported him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that to say that I was sobered into my logic when it came to the President Obama, in the sense that I wanted to be like, he's a game changer. But then I realized into his 5th year, he did not have enough power to be a game changer.
Yep.
Now, Fluke, we can go into the debate. We can do all these things. Y'all understand, but all three of y'all understand what my views are. You feel me? But my point is, I feel blessed to be able to see somebody of color in that office. And it made me not feel like I was an alien in this country. And I'm talking about, this is a fanciful point of view now. This is not based on logic. This is something that we were never granted, but we got to see. Now, Fluke, I'm gonna give you a couple minutes, but we're gonna have to move on. All right.
Here's my thing, man. I'll be 57 next month, man. And through my life experience, man, we understand the nuances of how this country and this government operate, man. But in my experience, what I need is for somebody to say things that's plain. Just say it. If you're a racist, let me know, then I ain't got to deal with you. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you won't even factor in my head because you over here. As I move forward in my life, as I raise my family, you know what I'm saying? As I deal with my loved ones, let me know where you stand. We just got to talking about Barack Obama, man. Dude, he didn't have to do shit. He didn't have to do nothing but recognize and say, as a black man, I'm appalled at this and I'm appalled at that. And young brothers out there, man, keep your head up. I'm with you. I'm thinking about you. You know how many lives he could have changed just by speaking those words? He didn't do it because he wanted to keep the country together.
We don't know why he didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're exactly right.
I'm telling you my personal opinion because I could, once he left office, I stopped thinking about him. You know what I'm saying? While he was there, I was thinking about, okay, what do you mean for me? This because he became president because he was black? That didn't mean anything to me.
That meant it to me, though, dog. I ain't gonna front.
What meant something to me is, man, what are you going to say? You know what I'm saying? I know they ain't going to allow you to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I know they ain't going to fight. You know what I'm saying? I just needed you to stand up there as you claiming to be a black man with your black wife. Say something to black men only and black women. Only as it pertains to them and their life. Identify it. Say something about it. You know what I'm saying? You want to claim the right to be the first black president. Then speak on black shit, man.
Right.
I ain't asking you to be radical. I ain't asking you to be, hold on, Keith. I'm not asking you to be, I'm not radical.
We gonna table this until, go ahead and finish, but we're gonna table it until another episode because we can address it. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and finish this thing out. Go ahead and finish, Fluke.
That's all I got to say, really, man. Speak on what you claiming, bro.
No doubt.
That's all I'm saying.
And look, and I apologize in the sense that I don't have hard feelings. I have sober feelings. This is why I even brought his name up. You understand? Right. But I see all sides of everything. So It's not like I'm speaking against it. It has nothing to do with that. It's just a simple fact. Understanding what's going on and how we're doing these things. So look, Stace, what we're going to do from here, great damn episode, my guy, for real. Love you for it. Jaquari, give me some last words. And Stace, we're going to come to you, and then we're going to go to Damon's final segment, and then we're going to close this thing off, okay? What's your last words for the night, Jaquari?
Hey, man, I thank you for your time, brother, and coming out and fellowshipping with us, and like I told you last night, man, when I asked you if you'd done a podcast before, man, I believe you met my expectation. Not that I had any, man, but it was a really good show, and I thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
It's real. Stacey, take your time, but talk about the impact that this episode had on you, and any last words you want to give everybody out here.
No, I mean, it was just what I thought it would do. Impactful, encouraging, fun. Checked all the boxes. And I couldn't be more prouder to do this with you brothers. You know what I'm saying? People that really know me. And so I would just simply say, man, it was a pleasure, it was an honor. And you brothers keep doing what you're doing.
No doubt. And understand, anytime you want to come back on, all you got to do is let us know, and we got it handled, bro. Because guess what? What did we tell you last night? We knew this was going to be this because knowing you. Growing up with you, we understand because you're a great communicator and you have positive energy, period. You feel what I'm saying? And that's real, because what the object of our podcast is to promote Communication is not lost, but we want to encourage it a little more than it's going because it's been skipped over because everybody's on the fast track. So it's either a negative, real negative comments coming from people instead of the progression the way it's supposed to be. So this is promoting communication from everyday people. Everyday people make the world go around. Damon, this is your segment, brother. Take us on home.
Um, Lately, man, I've been disillusioned, man, by the state of African Americans. I don't like to use that phrase because I'm black. I'm saying I'm proud of that. But our young brothers, man, kill each other at a alarming rate, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm thinking about this in terms of spiritual realm. Are they possessed? What is it, man? You know, what would cause a brother man to shoot somebody in the face 7 times? You know what I'm saying? Where would you get that? You got to be possessed. And then make a rap song about it. That's the craziest thing in the world to me, man. So for the last, I say maybe 3 weeks, man, I've been trying to figure out, man, what is really going on? Is it self-hatred? I'm saying, what is it? As a 57-year-old man, I have no idea, man. So I retreat back to my corner, man, to my loved ones, and come to the understanding that I am willing to do whatever it takes to keep them safe. You know what I'm saying? To keep them safe. And it's like, how do you come up with an answer, man, for a people, man, to hate themselves so much, man, they are willing to eliminate and eradicate each other at alarming rates, man. And I don't deviate from that question, man, because I got a 21-year-old son. Every time he leave the house, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I have that fear that's there. And it's not going away, man. So I'm looking for solutions, man, suggestions or whatever. What can I do? What can I say? You know what I'm saying? Because this is the world we live in, man. We went about police. Man, are you tripping on that? Our own kids kill each other more than the police. For what? So I'm lost on that, man. And I refuse to not think about it. I refuse to not allow myself to try to find some rhyme or reason, man. Come up with some rationale other than being desensitized. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real and it ain't going away. Our country over here supporting Ukraine. God keep those people. But here, dude, our own young brothers, our own men is killing each other more than they're killing them people over there in Ukraine. Why? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Something needs to be done about that. That needs to be addressed, man. And unfortunately, it impacts all of us. So I'm open for suggestions, man. I am. I truly am, and I'm sad, and I pray about it every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much that's pretty much where I'm at, man, right now.
Okay.
Hopefully y'all can tell me something, man, to give me some glimmers of hope. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm all. That's all I'm made up is hope, brother. When I wake up every day, walk out that door, do what I do, it's about hope. And look, the only thing I personally suggest
That's
to
real.
you is you keep being the strong brother that you are. Now, Stace, this is a home and automated from Brinks Security. I got this on the screen for you. And this right here, Stace, this is your website.
Yeah, I don't see anything up on the screen.
Okay. Well, it's up on the
It's
screen.
Okay. All right, but that would be the website though.
Yeah, but you know, we got you. Shout out. Tell them what your business is. Let them know what you're about and what you're doing,
Um,
brother.
well, in a nutshell, it's all about protection. Securing individuals' homes, individuals' businesses. I always say you can't manage what you can't see. So whether you're talking about cameras, smart locks, smart thermostats, home automation is the wave right now. And so that's what we do. We pretty much give away the equipment. Individuals take care of monthly monitoring that can range anywhere from $54 to $89 a month. And that's what we do. We are MBE, DBE, VBE. Those are certifications that we've been blessed to apply for through the city of Chicago that allows us to start bidding on some of these jobs in the city.
Tell them your name. Tell them the name, man.
Yeah. So Secure Home and Automation is the name of the company. And we're doing a slow roll in terms of scaling to other states. I'm doing business in Memphis, Tennessee right now, Cleveland, Ohio, Indianapolis, and we're working on a light rollout in Detroit right now. And I'm able to do it. I mean, the internet is so amazing. I have the ability to do the business from here, from my table, from my office in terms of getting clients. So that's it. So check out the website, securehomeautomation.com. And that's it. And that's all. It's been real, gentlemen. I look forward to doing this in the future. And that's the whole segment that Damon's talking about. We'll be on here all night talking about that because we can go.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
That's a whole segment.
But I knew that was coming. But look, thank you again. You know what I mean? A little bit of house cleaning. Understand this is what we do. We promote communication amongst the young, the old, whoever we can come on. Look, hit me up on Facebook if you want to come on, and we'll go from there. And basically, make sure you go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can get other people to look at what we're doing in our content. So, last words, Yaquari?
Just like, share, and subscribe us, man. I mean, that's how things grow, man. That from grassroots. I mean, I like to think that our guests have a certain sense of ownership of this, this podcast. Help us get get out there. Because I'm sitting on too much talent just to be local.
Love it.
No doubt.
Love it.
Flute, last words, brother.
Peace and love, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying. I'm going to continue to be a praying man. You know what I'm saying? Which is new for me because I didn't do it, before. But now I am constantly. Before I go to bed and before I open my eyes in the morning, man.
No doubt. Stace, last word, bro. You got the last words, guy.
I mean, at the end of the day, fellas, thank you for coming out. God bless you, and good night.
Look at you. You was waiting for that all your life.
Sound like Walter Cronkite.
Russell Simmons and shit. Hey, stay on, Stacey. We getting ready to walk out alive, and then we gonna 5 minutes, and then
all right,
we're gonna let everybody go.
All right.
Thank you. This is a Strong Perspective Podcast, and look, we energy, and we are movement. Hop on.